Hi teammates, this is Kristen Epper with Work Like a Girl, and you are watching Work Like a Girl Wednesday. So today I want to clarify with you the difference between mentorship and sponsorship, and I'm also going to talk about coaching, which can sometimes get confused and fall into those shades of gray when we talk about these two subjects. They're very different things, but the boxes are very diffused as well. It's very easy for them to become blurry, but I want to talk to you about this so that you have a little bit of context as to what's happening in your own professional career. You can see it clearly who falls into these different categories and where the gaps might be and what you might need to look for within your organization or even outside your organization, depending on your career goals and if you want to get ahead. So let's start really easy with mentorship. So you'll hear this a lot, that you need to find a mentor, you need to find somebody who can assist you in your career. And what I'd like to categorize mentorship as is someone who offers advice, support, and guidance. And it doesn't have to be much more than that. It can be somebody in your industry, it can be somebody outside of your industry. One of my best mentors actually taught me that it's somebody who's just a step or two ahead of where you want to be. So it's not actually the CEO or someone, who has achieved it all or built the, brand from scratch, but someone where you can emulate what they have done. If they are a lawyer, you can go to law school, you can talk to them about their experience, what courses they took, what courses they did not take, and how they got to their current position. So it's someone who encourages you, someone who can offer, their story for you, which can be incredibly valuable, and just be a friend more than anything within a professional workspace. Now, a sponsor is someone quite different. It needs to be somebody in your organization, and it's somebody where you have this mutually beneficial relationship, although a lot of people don't discuss it this way. So if you have a sponsor and you are the protege, you are going to make them look good and they are going to champion you. So you're going to be able to allow them to prove that they can ascertain who is talented, develop that talent, and groom them to be promoted, to do the one-up assignment, the stretch assignment, whatever it happens to be. It should be someone within your organization that has some semblance of power, meaning that they can talk to HR or the boss or whatever it happens to be to talk about your skill set, how great you are, how much work you've done, and what you can contribute to any role. In an ideal situation, and not every situation is ideal, but in an ideal situation, it's also somebody who coaches you as well. And in that sense, it's not just somebody who's like, oh, your 400 meter is great, keep on running. It's your 400 meter is great, but you need to shave 7 seconds off of that. How are you going to do that? Are you in the weight room? How many days a week are you in the weight room? Are you doing sprints? How many days a week are you doing sprints? And really giving you those tools that are going to up your game. So not only are they grooming you to be the best that you are, but then they can discuss, I talked to Kristen, she was at level B, we worked on X, Y, and Z, and now she's at level A. And I know she's going to bring that A game to this particular project. Now, you may or may not find that in a sponsor, and certainly, in a mentor, you have these shades of gray kind of running through them consistently as well. But the other option that is available to you is to find a career or executive coach depending on what your level is. One of the things that a coach can do besides career advice and besides talking to you about your resume or a cover letter or what role you see yourself in and grooming you to get there, but talking to you about emotional intelligence. One of the things that we do in this country is that as we move up the ladder, we tend to be managers of people, not in every industry, but in most industries. And part of that is bringing in business. So emotional intelligence is really a key component to upping your game, taking you to the next level, whether you are creating business or whether you are managing individuals, and certainly if you are doing both. In fact, a lot of studies have shown that emotional intelligence is the #1 trait that makes someone who is a C-level candidate successful. So if you're not self-aware, if you're not sure how to regulate emotions, you let them get the best of you sometimes, and you don't know how to provide empathy or vulnerability in the right quantities in a professional setting, a coach can always assist you with that as well. Certainly a mentor or a sponsor. But if this is something where, you want some development and you want to take some time for yourself, I can guarantee that this plays out in spades, not just professionally, but personally as well. That can be a really strong way to up your professional game. So hopefully this information has been helpful to you. If so, I invite you to share it with your friends, and stay tuned next week for another episode of Work Like a Girl Wednesday. Until then, I'm Kristen Nepper.